Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Social at Scale podcast. We just got off a few days of visits with some clients here in the Seattle region and continue to hear really insightful, interesting things about how they're thinking about employee advocacy, their plans for 2023, how they value it, the importance of authenticity, the importance of social, all of these things. It's really a very interesting moment. Advocacy is getting a lot of attention, in particular from kind of senior level executives. And it seems to be kind of the recipe for the moment in terms of what companies of really all types and sizes are trying to achieve. So wanted to share just a few notes from those meetings, in particular, three things we heard from our clients. So the first one is, when our team gets up in the morning, the thing that we're thinking about is how to drive awareness for our business and for our category. And there's a couple interesting things in this quote. First is the focus on awareness. That is a term that we have heard over and over again from our clients as we've been doing in-person meetings with them over the last few months. There's another quote here that kind of goes deeper into that area, but I think the general sentiment is that companies went kind of overboard on demand gen over the last few years. And what they really want to do is create authentic awareness, authentic connection with the very top of the funnel. And in their view, social and their employees and the networks of their employees represent really a great way to do that. The second piece of this is driving awareness for our business and our category. Now, I'm going to go out a little bit on a limb here, but I think, over the last few years, we all know that, financing was ample, right? We all know what a unicorn is now. There are many of them still. There were many of them over the, previous years. A lot of new products and services were introduced into the market, including those by big companies, big established organizations. The financing, assisted them in their efforts as well. We were all buying things. They were profitable. They were growing. They were investing in new things. So all these new products and services hit the market. But what we're finding out now is, now that kind of the economy is pulled back a little bit, growth is maybe less of a priority as compared to profitability. There aren't necessarily the existing buyers for those categories. Those markets don't exist as much as, kind of the core markets that have existed for the last 15 plus years. What am I talking about? Basically, new products being introduced for which there is not, established buyer sets or established budgets. And so this puts a lot of companies, just like this client, in the position of, we not only need to create awareness for our company, but we have to create awareness for our category, for the need around our product, why people should take this seriously, why they should invest in it. So that is a twofold objective, a twofold problem that they need to solve, both related to awareness. So that's quote one. Quote two, we're not interested in middle funnel. We know who those people are. We're focused on the top of funnel, on building awareness. So another thing about awareness, this was from a huge company, one of the world's largest companies. And one of the takeaways here is, kind of this over rotation on demand gen. You're a big company, right? You can afford to purchase as much data as you want. If you're a massive company like this one, you probably have organically collected data points on probably most of the population that is online. Doesn't mean that all those people have interacted with you, but you have very likely an extremely comprehensive database. So in their mind, it's not about the people that they've already brought into kind of the middle and lower parts of the funnel. They need to reach people higher up, right? They need to develop that awareness. They need to develop that trust and that affinity. And I think rightfully so, they're looking at their employees as kind of this greenfield opportunity. These are companies who have been doing advocacy for the last few years, but not really at the scale that they're intending on doing it going forward. Third quote, paid budgets have been cut. We're being asked to focus on organic. How can we scale what's working there? So this was from a member of a marketing team who reports up to a CMO at a publicly traded organization. And, this is we need to do more with less. This is something that we're hearing across everyone that we're talking with. I mean, this is just the reality of doing business right now. I think no matter what sector, industry, no matter the size of your business, the same is being asked of everyone, right? We need to eliminate the nice to have, focus on the must have, and be particularly focused on the things that are really driving the most efficient results. And the beauty about employee advocacy is, for instance, unlike paid ads, they only run so long as you're funding them. With employee shares and the outcomes that they generate, the clicks, the engagements, the impressions, those live on for, eternity in essence. They have a very long tail. So, you get the pop when they share the stuff. And then over time, as more and more people discover it, as more and more people engage on it and gets amplified across their networks, there are kind of continuing dividends paid for those shares and that content. So, I think these teams, are really facing a new normal. We're all facing a new normal, doing more with less. We couldn't be more excited about being a part of, these companies and others' plans for 2023. What we're hearing from clients, we can think anything we want, of course, but what we're hearing from them is that employee advocacy is squarely in the must-have category. And the exciting thing that we're seeing is they not only view it as that, but they're being bold and they're taking steps to significantly scale their programs this year. So a few learnings from some recent customer meetings. We will be sharing more of these insights and learnings as we meet with more. Hope you've enjoyed this episode and look forward to having you back for a future one. Thanks. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Social at Scale podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please be sure to subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, please let me know. You can access past episodes on our site at everyonesocial.com/podcast. As always, please feel free to connect with me directly on Twitter or LinkedIn, and look forward to seeing you next time.